I'm gonna take you around El Centro. Welcome to Santa Rosa de Cabal in Risaralda, Colombia. Bueno. This guy's a great guy, check him out. ¿Qué es eso?
Galletas de café.
Nice.
Sí.
Hágale.
Galletas de café que hacemos en
Ah,
la mesa.
galletas de café.
Cookies on coffee.
Nice.
Sí.
La fábrica de café.
Sí.
These are cookies that are made from coffee. Oh, gracias, muy amable. That's a cookie made from coffee. Wow. ¿Cómo se llama tu fábrica este?
Sí, Vintage Coffee. Acá está el Instagram, está
Delicious.
el Instagram, está toda la información.
La otra.
Tenemos ventas al por mayor, envíos a todo el país. Las hacemos con las compañeras de la vereda, de
Vintage
Guamalacoca.
Coffee,
Y
Instagram.
tenemos envíos a todo el país.
Gracias.
Ah, se te cayó. Démosle otra.
Qué pena, lo siento.
Tranquilo.
Oh my God, those are good.
Galletas artesanales de café. Muy ricas.
That is unbelievable. If you like cookies and coffee, it's like you dunked your cookie in the coffee and you're eating it. It's unreal. You gotta try this out. Hola.
Buenas, ¿cómo estás?
Todo bien, gracias. I have to go easy because once you taste one of those, you want to eat 100. And I'm trying to eat clean. One of my favorite things about the vast majority of Colombians are they're entrepreneur driven. They're hard workers. They work 60 hours a week, 6 days a week. I love that drive. This area, Santa Rosa de Cabal, located in Risaralda, Department of Colombia, has a population of 76,960 people as of 2024. The population's 51% female, 49% men. It's always good to have a little extra women than men. That's never a bad. There's a lot of expats that want to retire abroad, but they just can't handle the extremes when you're at the equator, such as Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines. It's literally like living in an oven. You're not going to have to worry about that over here. The average temperature is 56 degrees to 76 degrees, depending on the time of day or the season. The seasons are pretty much the same. You have the rainy season and the dry season. We don't have that 4 seasons like we do in New England. For the ladies who like the big sweaters, this will be great for you. And at night, you don't have to waste your electricity on an air conditioner. You can even sometimes you might even shut the windows. You get a couple good breezes in the house, it cools the house off, and then you shut it and you're good. And then in the hot season, like the dry season, like around July, if you want to have a fan running with the window open, that's more than enough. Getting them shoes shined. It's a great living environment for the older folks who they just can't stand that hot weather. It cools off. It's a nice spring day almost all the time. And even when it's 72, you get that breeze, you get that fresh air coming off the mountain. You get that clean air. I don't know if you've ever been to Medellin, but it's like pollution. The pollution's there is brutal. So the air's really clean. And the water's all coming off the mountain, so you get the drinking water is like some of the best in the world. It's just a great option all the way around. One other problem that people have that are in the Philippines that you're not going to get here is you get great Wi-Fi. And Santa Rosa has amazing Wi-Fi. And for you guys who are in the Philippines, it's brutal, And getting things shipped in, because you're living on an island, you don't have all the amenities as you would as living in Colombia. Because in Colombia you have the textile industry. You have so many industries that are fabricating fabricating medicine for the pharmacies, fabricating clothing for the world, not just in Colombia. Just in this area alone of El Cafetero, which Risaralda is inside of, is textile businesses up and down, from socks, bathing suits, underwear, shirts, pants, jeans, dresses, you name it, hats, everything It's all in El Cafetero. So you'll be able to get discounts on your clothing as well, which is nice. And not to mention the food over here, the food's really, really good. Colombian sausages are ridiculously tasty. And what's good is you go into different families, and when you eat at different families' restaurants, it'll taste a little different because they have their secret sauce, you know, their own secret recipe, which is nice.
If you want to live right in the center of town, you can
This area is known
grab an
for
apartment
the
right
best
in there.
sausages in all of Colombia.
But there's streets that are walking distance right from here that I have.
Now let's talk about real estate.
That are all houses.
If you're going to live here,
get one
you're
for
probably
nickels
going to
and
want to
fix it
buy.
up.
You can get a house, call it 55,000 to 76,000 American style apartment or house.
Few blocks.
It'll depend on the location, obviously, when you start to, and what the amenities it has. But all in all, you can get that's a really good price for an apartment or a house. You can get a fixer-upper for obviously less, but then you have to put work into it. And if you want to do that, it's always available. Or you just want to move into something, it's totally up to you. One thing I do recommend when you are buying in, make sure you go to a reputable lawyer and realtor. Make sure that it's somebody who you referred to, that you just didn't find online. You've got to have referrals. Somebody's gone there and they did them right, because you can get really burned. For example, you buy a house, you fix it up, and then a couple years down the road, somebody comes in and says, this is my house, it was willed to me on such and such a date. You're still going to have to fight it in court, you're going to have to pay for the lawyers and all that stuff that comes along with it. Not good, not fun. Worst comes to shove, you could even lose your home. And this could be some scam artist who sees a gringo there and says, I'm going to take advantage.
A lot of people I see drinking this, they dunk it into the coffee.
I've seen
They
it
junk
happen
it
in
into the
Panama,
coffee.
I've seen it happen in Colombia.
Joeyito.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You might say, well, there's no beaches in Santa Rosa. Well,
Hola.
we offer something that's even better than beach. Termales. This is the hot springs. 6.2 miles up the hill, they have volcanic springs that
empanadas.
pushes the hot water out
Adentro
of
es carne
the
o qué?
openings of the surface.
There's meat inside of those.
And it comes and it drains into the pool, and you lay in this, and it's full with minerals, and these minerals rejuvenate the body. Just make sure you're hydrating this because the water's really hot. The air is colder up there once you go 6 miles up, but it almost seems like it's kind of feels like it's
I haven't
raining
been
on
in this
you.
area in
Does
7
mist a
years.
little up there.
And I didn't walk down up and down every street because I was pretty exhausted
It's just
from being in the
something
hot
else.
springs all day.
You can actually
I was
hike up
torn
there,
up, kinda
sit in the water, and then
dehydrated.
just take the bus down. Don't try and hike on the way down because you get spaghetti legs. You'll have spaghetti legs from sitting in the hot water. But it's really nice. For those of you who are dealing with aches and pains, you can live here. Just go up there bi-weekly. I think it's like 120,000 pesos a session. You can hang out there and you eat and drink and then come on back. I see a lot of people up there drinking alcohol and going in that. Do not do that, because then you're doubling up on dehydration. Please don't do this. I recommend health first. I don't drink at all. But if you do, definitely don't drink when you're going into hot springs, because you're doubling down on dehydration. Another great reason for living in Santa Rosa is people drive normal. Oh my God. It's almost like you almost can't believe it. People, when you cross on the street, people stop and say, "Whatever wave you by," they have that town mentality, which is nice. Because as we know, living in big cities in Latin America, people literally they think they're playing Pac-Man. They get in the car and they just try
I
and
stayed in a
run
house here
people
7
over.
years ago, but
It's brutal.
for
You
$1
don't
million,
get that
I
here. In
wouldn't be
small
able to.
towns, you get that relaxed, calm.
There's
you
no
get
street
that
signs
relaxed
over here, so
energy.
you pretty much have to do
That
everything
relaxed
by the way
vibe.
it looks. And after 7 years,
You're going to be able to
things
make a
look
lot of
different.
friends here. You just walk around, saludar to everybody. You see somebody who needs, you see some lady who needs her bags, help her with the other bag, walk her home, make friends, shake her hand, introduce yourself, help people, they'll help you in return. But you have to take the first step. If you want to get dialed into an area where everybody knows you, you have to take the first step. I know that sometimes it's hard, especially for introverts and some grumpy old men. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to suck it up and just wave to people. And when they don't wave back, just say, "Don't worry, the next one's gonna wave to me." You have to do that. Say hi to all of these people,
There's
spend
nothing
money in
better,
their places. They're gonna love you. You know, have that, the best way I can explain, have that southern mentality of the United States. When you move to Colombia, everybody's gonna love you. Yes sir, no sir, ma'am, but do it in Spanish. Señora, señorita, señor. Everybody's gonna love you. There's a lot of good little things
Another
that you can
panaderia.
buy, and when you go home, you can bring them to your family.
No shortage of panaderias over here. No shortage of farmacias. Carnicerias. When you're in El Centro, it's like being on the Amazon website, except it's all small business owners. So that's why I like it. You deal with the people directly.
Stick with the batidos when you're out to
Hola.
eat. You don't want to be eating hot dogs all the time because these hot dogs, they put all kinds of creams and sauces on there. It'll kill you. But once in a great while, if you have to have it, go for
your
it. But
papas, your onions,
their
right there, right up the
their
street.
smoothies are really
Look at
good.
this. And the price is right. You come in here, you spend nickels. You can live on, nickels here and compared to the United States. So much cheaper.